Good evening, friends. It is day 40 of A Poem a Day for 2026, and that makes it Monday, the 9th of February. We've made it through the first day of the week, a brand new week full of opportunity, promise, possibility. Um, it could be full of anything, who knows? Um, I've had a subpar day. um, my alarm went off exactly when it was supposed to. I uh, thought I'd snoozed it, switched it off, woke up when the postie knocked. Yeah, alarm was set for 7:30, postie knocked at 10 to 10. So, yeah. And then it never really kind of got going from then on. So, I'm hoping to have a maybe more productive, maybe more relaxed, just less pressured evening. And then I'll try for a restart tomorrow. Tuesday seemed to be a better start for me. For many years while I worked in retail, my working week was Tuesday through Saturday. So I think part of my brain still kind of counts Mondays as not as Mondays aren't the start of the week anyway. Oh well. Not that I would go back to working Saturdays. I've served my time. But we're not here to talk about work. We're here to share poetry, and albeit, some silly musings on the day. So I'm going to reach for the big red book and hope that it's got something with a bit more substance than yesterday. There we go, yeah, okay. Let's see if this... Yeah, about a page and a half. So this is... it's an author we've already had, I believe. The poem is entitled It Was Long Ago by Eleanor Farjeon. I feel like that name rings a bell. And our blurb reads as follows. Poems are ways of memorising as well as memorialising events from the past. The poet Eleanor Farjeon uses this poem as an exercise in memory, thinking back as far as she possibly can across her own past. So this is, excuse me, It Was Long Ago by Eleanor Farjeon. I'll tell you, shall I, something I remember. Something that still means a great deal to me. It was long ago. A dusty road in summer, I remember. A mountain and an old house and a tree that stood, behind the house. An old woman, I remember, in a red shawl with a grey cat on her knee, humming under a tree. She seemed the oldest thing I can remember, but then perhaps I was not more than 3. It was long ago. I dragged on the dusty road, and I remember how the old woman looked over the fence at me and seemed to know how it felt like to be 3, and called out, I remember, "Do you like bilberries and cream for tea?" I went under the tree, and while she hummed and the cat purred, I remember how she filled a saucer with berries and cream for me so long ago. Such berries and such cream as I remember I never had seen before and never see today, And that is almost all I can remember. The house, the mountain, the grey cat on her knee, her red shawl in the tree, and the taste of the berries, the feel of the sun, I remember, and the smell of everything that used to be so long ago. Till the heat on the road outside again, I remember, and how long the dusty road seemed to have for me. No end, you know. That is the farthest thing I can remember. It won't mean much to you. It does to me. Then I grew up, you see. I like that. I often try and sort of piece together and remember what are my earliest memories. And I I honestly don't remember much of my childhood. Um, it's spotty, um, but the memories that I do have are very vivid. It's really weird. Um, yeah, it's difficult to explain. Um, but and they're not necessarily in any kind of order, possibly because it's also spotty. It's just sort of random kind of pockets. Trying to picture a way in my mind to explain it right now, and the only thing I could think, do you remember when you were at school and you'd be set a piece of homework about creating a document and you had to make it look aged, and you get really excited because it meant that you got to burn paper? Maybe that was just me being a bit of a maybe some mild pyromania, but like you'd stain it with tea and everything, but like you may well sort of like burn some holes in the paper and stuff, and all I can think of is sort of like doing that and then laying that bit of paper over sort of my childhood, and there's bits poking through, and it's like I can just see the bits that aren't covered by the paper. Does that make sense? I don't know. My brain is a very strange place to be. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I think that was a nice piece. It can be really interesting to try and look back and see what are our earliest memories, or just what we can remember from times gone by. And sometimes the things that stick out aren't sort of like the big obvious things. And like in this instance, it was like the purring grey cat and the taste of the berries. It's like they seem like they were very poignant pieces of that memory to the poet, and it's, yeah, it just, cat's just made a noise. But yeah, I'm definitely rambling. So I think I'm going to close it there, get this uploaded for you all so that it's ready for later on this evening, and then see what I'm going to do to unwind. Brain feels very fizzy tonight. Yeah. Thank you for being here again this evening, friends. As always, I'll see you tomorrow for day 41. Good night.